All right, everybody. Joining me now out of Central PA, hip hop artist T-Ravill. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Just it's actually kind of cold in Florida, if you believe it or not. It was like 50 down here.
And you complain about
I was
bro?
busting out the beanie and shit. What's the weather like in are you in Pennsylvania right now, or where are you
I,
staying?
yeah, I'm in PA, Central PA still. It's been like 30 degrees all day and it snowed yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go. So I'll take 50 and windy all the time then.
Yeah.
Comparatively. Well, I lived in Virginia. I went through a blizzard before, so I'm just busting chops. Uh I got played up a little bit. Yeah, man. So how long talk about your story, man. How long you've been in the game and everything like that.
My name is T-Ravill. I started in 2013. Um, I started homeless, selling and freestyling mixtapes at malls and concerts and gas stations, um, out of the trunk of my car, pushing it. I ended up working with this booking agent, Black Hue Bookings. I started getting into concerts. Mal Havoc, Joel, Walter. These people were helping me get shows. Continued to kind of go. I had a song then called "Escape the Flames." It was probably my first viral song, but for me, it wasn't to be viral. I've always made emotional music. My name is T-Ravill. It's short for Truth Revealed because there's a lot of truth the world don't want to hear. And it was a suicide awareness song, and Ashton Kutcher ended up blogging it on his aplus.com website. Emily Generous put it on Ellen Tube. So that was a really cool feeling, but I think helping the kids, as much as I did around the world, was the biggest blessing I could have ever done, because music always saved my life. So the fact that, people could resonate with lyrics that I wrote,
Mm-hmm.
um, meant the world to me. And then I went on tour in 2016 uh, with Cryptic Wisdom, which then we ended up doing a song we got Hobson on called Strangers. Um, and then I did a few tours myself, headlining tours. And then I was in a very toxic relationship. And so I kind of like just didn't really do the touring gig for a while there. And then this year, um, you know, framed with some things, and that was lies, and we'll get to that too. And then, uh, proved my innocence in a sense, and got myself out of that, and came out with an album, which was a punk rock album called Wishing Upon a Dead Star, which has this song called Lying, Make a
Mm-hmm.
Wish, Favorite Star, very, very real, deep music. It charted number 5 on the iTunes Top 200. Um, that's where I debuted it at. And it's a blessing, and I'm grateful to be able to still write lyrics from pain, and people, resonate and listen to it. That's all I could ever ask is, someone to listen to it. And if it helps someone get by through the tough times, and I did my job here during this lifetime on earth.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of respect for that, and I'm sorry about, the struggle, but it looks like you're spinning it and turning it into a positive. So, I haven't been through, much of that, but I have been through like medical like issues and stuff, and I'll just say it on here. It's my podcast. It's Epilepsy Awareness Month. So I have like a history of like, it's controlled, but like I know it's a different vibe, but like I know what you mean by, because if I can just, even me mentioning epilepsy and this getting, 100 views, that's something, and it's not even about the views. It's about spreading,
The awareness.
awareness, it's not just like, relationships, but medically and any sort of platform, because everyone's human. Like I feel like nowadays everyone, is quick to judge, but they bleed red like you do, so
That statement. I resonate with that. My debut, my first ever album was called Labels, was because of the same stuff, bro. Not epilepsy. My prayers first and foremost for having that medical condition. My oldest daughter has epilepsy as well. So
oh wow. It's
My prayers. Um,
yeah. Well, it's been something it's controlled now, thankfully. But when I was 18, surprise. So, because
mm,
that's usually when the brain starts to, you know, develop a little bit, And but anyways, off topic there. Purple face of the music industry. Like, what's going on? Not that it seems random, but I mean, there has to be a story behind that.
for sure, for sure. So, first and foremost, like I always got asked, "What's that on your fucking face, bro?" Like through high school,
Oh, I
growing up.
don't even see it. I wouldn't even pay attention. Oh, I see
Um,
it.
yeah. So, um, it's a birthmark. That's all it is. It ain't nothing, crazy. But always being called purple face, like it just, I liked it. It was supposed to like. It stems back to my debut album. It was always like a label that I had, right? Purple face. So like,
Hmm.
uh, I took it and I ran with it, man. Like I think Purple Face sounds fire. So Purple
Yeah.
Face of the music world, bro. Like at the end of the day, ain't no one got a big old birthmark on the bottom of their face like that. And they're unique. It's a blessing to have my own individuality scar. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, like I understand birthmarks. Everyone's probably got them. So again, that's a cool name, and I did not expect that. I expected, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. But that's cool, man. So you talked about, the songs going, on charts and stuff like that. Was there somebody that kind of inspired you to start, in the game? Like, was there a certain artist, either locally or nationally, that you were like, all right, I'm gonna do what they do?
um yes and no. When I first started doing music, it was the lunchtime stuff. You know what I mean? Like knocking on the table, just freestyling. I didn't write music. I couldn't do nothing like that. And then I met this guy named Aaron Heyman, which he showed me like the local crews that were like performing, like Basement Pro, Sammy Snow at the time. His name was S. Dot, like
Mm-hmm.
uh DR. You know what I mean? Like just growing up with the locals, so like that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I never like performed. It was more of an outlet. I would go to drug and alcohol counseling and then go
Mm,
across the street and then go freestyle on a microphone. So like finding my outlets. I've always grew up with depression, so having an outlet to be able to positive ways to release, instead of like uh self harm and things that I used to do. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
trust me, man. I go through my depression, and these downloads, my podcast up and down, and without the podcast, like, it's a release. Like, it's not about monetizing. I make nickel and dimes, but I know what you mean by release. It's like people ask me, like, you've been podcasting for 5 years, like, what keeps you going? It's because it gives me something to do. Like, I live a very boring life. So if I can, like, virtually escape for like 30 minutes interviewing with somebody, it's cool. It beats doing nothing and watching TV. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, sometimes you got to turn on House of Dragons or Bob's Burgers. You know
no,
what I'm
but I know you know what I mean though. Like,
saying? Yeah.
yeah, I know what you mean. I listen to and I also listen to a lot of podcasts myself, and I got a funny story about how I started. So I used to have a co-host, and we literally, bro, we pressed record out of my car. Like, we didn't even have a microphone or nothing. And then this eventually forgot how I got started interviewing musicians. I think I got, like, obviously references, and I would like to believe I'm pretty good. So I think that has something to do with it. But like, um, let's dive in individually on these songs. The two I mentioned earlier, Lying. So what was the process behind that one? Was that something that took a while or was quick? Because why do you keep on lying? I mean, it's an unfortunate truth in society that people lie. It's just, it shouldn't be like that, but that's just, it's a normalcy, unfortunately. So is that basically what it was? Is, I mean, obviously it's lying, but like relationships, or talk about that song.
So going through infidelity is probably the worst feeling I think I've ever experienced as a human being. Um, but like,
I'm sorry about that, man, by the way.
thank you. I refound love. I'm in love with the new girl, so like positives. At those dark tunnels, eventually a light does shine through. So, whoever is watching and going through a heartbreak, you will get through it. I know all of my friends were like giving me like those same corny phrases, and I was like, oh fuck me, like but no,
Yeah.
it does shine. But that person, they lied about all the way back in 2013. They lied about getting raped, lost a rape case, tried to say that I was aggressive,
Whoa.
lied. Got I won that case. The person constantly lies on the internet to this day. It's just constant lying. So like the whole premise of the song was like, why do you keep on lying? Like, and then like we had, couples therapy and figuring out in therapy, like, she was saying like it sounds like BPD. So like if you really listen to the album, it's a very deep album. It really portrays a whole story. But
See, at the end of the day, man, it's hard to cut you off, but like if I cut you off, but like at the end of the day, they're getting judged. Like when they're on their end, they're the ones that get judged. You know what I mean? Like for all the mistakes, they'll get their comeuppance. That sounds evil, but everyone at the end gets judged, but not
we
by
all
not yeah, by the higher whether you believe in God or not, but at the end, that is your judgment.
Well, I've always looked at it, if you believe in God or not, can you live with yourself by the end of the
Right.
day?
That's what I
And,
mean.
you know, so I can relate to that. And I don't let it like all the lies really affect me like that. But like when I was in the process of writing that album, I was drowning so bad in alcohol and Xanax. Like I was, um, I relapsed. I put myself down in this spiral. I was able to be strong enough though, every time that like I would get my kids like custody exchanging, I wouldn't touch nothing. But I mean, as soon as I like exchanged my kids back, it was like breakdown. And I full 100% credit and love goes to my engineer. He would literally like just let me in there, drink, do whatever I needed to do, release, get in front of the mic, put it out, release the pain, write the pain. I would be there till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning from 6 p.m. the previous day. Like I literally would just need to get it out. And I would isolate. I wouldn't go in public. And it was crazy, full circle and the full spectrum. My current girlfriend, she was like one of the first ones that was like, let's go to public. She started taking me to
Mm-hmm.
emo night. And
Mm-hmm.
because I was working on like this punk rock music, and because I make music that I don't like to ever say that I'm a specific genre. And obviously I'm a fan of MGK, but like I was working on
Mm-hmm.
punk rock music in 2019. It just wasn't any good. So I had friends that sang and helped me learn how to sing. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
um, but projecting it, getting it out, creating the proper art on the canvas. That was like
Mm-hmm.
where I needed to do. Like that's why the album cover, everything. If you listen to all the beats, the sounds, the mixing, everything sounds atmospheric on the album. It feels like you can. If you look at the album cover and you see the couple sitting on a rock alone with the water and the lightning and the stars, and I want you to, as soon as you turn on the album, which is Make a Wish, that's what you hear. You feel like you're looking at stars. You feel that melancholy energy all around you. Like
Mm-hmm.
is it real? Is it not? Is it fake? Is it like what the fuck is it? All I know is I am in a dark space and I'm looking at stars, and that's what I wanted the whole album to feel like.
Right. So to lying itself, the song, was it a long process?
No, no, I wouldn't say that it was a long process. Um, I wanted to write something to really like be specific about lying, um, and but without using the words lying in the verses, make it poetic. And then my engineer showed me a girl that he was working with, and her name is Keg, and he gave me her info. I hit her up instantly and I said, bitch, tomorrow you're coming to the studio with me. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I hear you, man. And then it just what I respect, I mean, about musicians is that, whether you like autotune, whether you don't like autotune, whether you like acapella, whether you don't like acapella, doesn't matter what fucking genre it is. There's dedication behind musicians that, to be quite frank, some some aspects of, entertainment, sometimes the dedication isn't there and they still get the same benefits as, artists trying to make it. Would you agree with that? Like, the dedicate. It takes a lot of dedication and stuff like that.
I would absolutely agree with that. I think and if it doesn't, I think it takes dedication if you want to like do anything in life, you know what I mean? So like even
Mm.
if it's to write a song, you need to dedicate time in your life, and time is the most valuable currency, bro, because you can't get that back. It's non-refundable. So once you spend that time, you dedicate to it.
Unless you believe in reincarnation, but you know, but in all jokes aside, I agree with you.
I'm all for like the next lifetime too, but I want memories to last for this one too, you know.
Mm, yeah, and the other song, "Make a Wish," what was is that a pun off of like is the whole thing not the whole thing, but like there were like kid songs with like "Wish Upon a Star" and stuff like that. Was that any correlation with that, or is that just happenstance? Like,
You are
cause
the fucking man, bro. So listen,
is that just like
my
happenstance?
the fact that like you even like put that to listen, bro, you have no idea actually how much you're making me like this is a real cheese. This is not like so
Mm,
when I first started writing, I wanted the intro actually. I have a good friend, his name is Brandon, and he sings like Frank Sinatra. And I originally was gonna have him feature and sing a chorus for me instead of Jiminy Cricket going, you know, na, 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 upon a star, right? Like I
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
wishing upon a deadly star. So like
yeah. Well, I got the
uh,
pun. Yeah.
so that was that's fire shit. Got that, bro. So yeah, that was
I mean, you can tell in there. You can tell in there. But I'm also old enough to remember shit like that. Like, do you remember the old song off of Pinocchio? You probably
yes.
don't. You
Yep. So
Pinocchio was my shit though when I was a little kid. I watched that movie so many times. So yeah, I like Pinocchio, but I didn't know we were gonna talk about Pinocchio until I heard that song. I'm like, yeah, I know that song from somewhere, you know?
yep, and that's why like I even use like the kid uh like the old kid lullaby or whatever the jingle, you know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
for the chorus, like twinkle twinkle little
Yeah, yeah,
star.
yeah. That's the
So like it was all to like put those melodies and it comes back
it's like
to
a Bible
uh,
holiday song. Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
because album what's real, what's not atmospheric alone or with someone. You don't know. It's just what the fuck is
Mm,
life. So, like it
yeah.
was a whole poetic put together album, and the fact that you caught that, bro, fire. You really
I
so
appreciate that, man. Talk about all your features on this was it EP, right? So uh
an album,
album,
19 tracks.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Talk about how many can you list every single feature you had on? I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, man, how much does that collaboration process like mean to you personally? Like people will take, you know,
So I normally do songs with like NK47, Hobson, Jam Band, bigger artists and people that I'm friends with, right? So uh this album specifically, I wanted features um from people that witnessed it, like a part of the toxicity, like and seeing how things were. So like the first feature on the album, honestly, is If I'd Have Known featuring Hunter Kufis. He's one of my really, 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 best friends.
mm-hmm,
And the first time he ever met my ex, he was like, "Yo, that bitch cheating on your dog," right? Like
right.
he just had that vibe, and he never liked her, and
Mm-hmm,
so he needed to be a part of it. And he's like we're in the studio, and I just get in my headspace when I'm fucked up, and I'm just kind of like
right.
looking. I'm not paying attention to anything, just kind of like in my aura, in my pulling from my soul. And he's like, "Yo, dog," he's like, "You should do a song like if I'd have known." Like if I'd have known all this shit, bro, none of this shit would be happening right now, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, "You right." So then we got there, and we made a song for it. And then I have Travis Walters and Elock. They're again people that have witnessed it. My buddy Elock moved to Philly, and I didn't get to visit him one time, during my past relationship, because every time
Mm-hmm.
I made plans, it would end up being an issue. So like control and stuff. So like, and he hated the person. You know, these are people that tried telling me who this person was almost the course of 10 years of being in a relationship with them, and I just never listened. So like for me, this was like poetically a way that I could put together, and I wanted to tell my story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And um Travis Walters, where he a longtime best friend. And when him and his girlfriend came in, you know, we're supposed to like introduce him to my past relationship right away. His wife was like, "Yo, he's being abused to my buddy Travis." So like, the only person that didn't know anything was Keg, but that's because I really loved her voice, and I knew that we could collaborate on something beautiful, like
Right.
painful, but beautiful. And then Sammy Snow, of course, longtime friend, 10 years. He's the first person that's ever like put me on anything show, like
Mm-hmm.
show Mal Havoc put me on my first show, but like he performed with me and like started really like showing me how to perform. He was my mentor, you know what I mean? So um so yeah, Sammy Snow, Travis Walters, Elock, Keg, Hunter Kufis. And if you don't know Hunter Kufis, listen.
Hey, you know what, man? Like, I'll bring him on the podcast. Like, you let me know who needs you know what I mean, some pub and
You
whatever. We
got it.
link up, man. You know what I mean? So so um last question I got for, well, one of them. I got two
Oh,
questions
and
left.
Naku killed that feat. Watch for his name. All right, now I'm good. I
All
had an
right.
extra.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Last two questions. Who's you name dropped a lot of people there, and no offense to them, but do you have like a dream collab? Not saying they weren't, but you know what I mean? Like, is there someone like on your list, like you trying to get, or and don't say Eminem, but don't
No, no, facts.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hobson and Jaron Benton, they were on my debut album. They're my favorite fucking rappers. So like that was really cool. Obviously Redman introduced my last album, the Purple Face album.
Mm,
And he's the first ever cassette tape I ever bought, Malpractice. You know what I mean? So like
yeah, I
uh,
hear you, man.
Dream Collabzo records. I really wish I could go back and redo my song with Hobson instead of being a nervous little bitch.
Hey, man, when I first started in podcasting, I was nervous as hell, man. But I sometimes nerves are a good thing, you know.
Facts. Facts. But Dream Collab, Derek Whibley, the lead singer of Sum 41.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my favorite thing. So like,
I thought you were gonna say, like, if you're talking about that, man, I could see you and Travis Barker. If Travis Barker got involved with you, bro,
shut
that would
up,
be
bitch.
that would be sick, man.
Travis Barker, Derek Whibley from Sum 41. Obviously, Tom DeLonge from Blink, bro. Like
Yeah. Oh,
Travis Barker,
they're what do you think about them returning, man?
bro. Listen, me, my boy Jeffy, and my girlfriend already got tickets right for Hershey Stadium show. Like, I was a lot of people didn't like edging, but like I loved it. I thought edging was
Yeah.
awesome.
Kind of
Um,
like a throwback.
yeah, bro. First off, welcome fucking back, Tom. Like, not to say, you know, the other singer that was, you know, part of Nine in California, you know, like
Yeah.
those albums really, that wasn't Blink. They should have changed the title of the band for those two albums. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Tom DeLonge is Blink 182, like, and Mark Hoppus, like those two are
Mm-hmm.
everything, right? So like when we're growing up, we're listening to Hawthorne Heights, Blink 182, My Chemical Romance, uh, Sum 41, A Day to Remember,
Oh,
Stutterfly. Like this is
yeah, that's right down my alley, man. One of my exes got me into like emo and gothic, so that's the one thing that that's the one thing I appreciated about. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, so we got Dream Collab right there. What do you got coming up, man? Last thing in the pipeline. What do you got coming up?
well, you're talking about emo night. Emo night is crazy. The first ever time I went in public after uh all the bull jazz was with one of my best friends, Sarah, which is now my girlfriend, right? So
Mm,
she took me out to emo night, full spectrum. Emo, the guy that like does emo night now asks me almost every other emo night show to open up for him.
right.
And so I do a lot of these shows with emo night. So like December 3rd, we have Scranton, PA, which is almost sold out. Emo Night in T-Ravill, and there's 2 other bands performing. And then December 10th in State College. And then I'm gonna hit the road next year, bro. Like I am so
You're
so
going
like
in. You're going in, as the kids say.
facts, bro. I turned 30 yesterday, so I feel that statement all day.
I don't. How old do you think I am? Because I'm older than you think.
I would have guessed like 26, 27,
No, keep going higher. I know. I don't look my age.
30.
Keep going. I know. I don't
Get the
look
fuck
it. I don't look
there.
it. I know.
You don't. You have a
Well, I
baby
got a
face, bro.
hat on. If I have my hair, now I look older,
Oh,
right?
34.
30, 35. But
Okay,
I cover up this for a reason. Now I look my age because my hairline.
that's it, bro.
But when I go out to the club, you best believe I wear this old person hat, bro. Girls like hats like this, man.
Hell yeah, bro. It smelled like money, looked like money, feel like money.
Dude, this is the shit they used to wear in the 80s, man. You ever seen those old documentaries?
Oh, the classic, bro. You go out with your suit and all, don't you?
Bro, they're black and white, but like the old videos, but they had color back then. You know what I mean?
Hey, you kill it.
No, man, this has been awesome, man. I appreciate your time. And you didn't know who I was, but you was down for it. So I appreciate that, man. One love, bro. You know?
It's always love, man. This world is full of darkness. We can't spread love. What the fuck are we doing as human beings, bro?
Yeah, it'll I was telling a guest last time, my last guest, that you know, everything now is like cancel culture and stuff, but it's cyclical though. Like I was saying, I know listeners are gonna be like, I heard this last episode, but it's true. Society is one big circle, you know. Everything will come back around.
That's good energy, bro.
Uh,
So did you get a chance to hear the whole album yet? Because it's a punk rock album, so I was curious
no,
because
unfortunately, don't get mad at me, but unfortunately, those were the 2 songs I got to right now. But I plan on finishing it up, and I promise I'll give you my review,
I would love it.
my
I would love it.
full detailed review over
That's
the
what I
10.
want. That's what I want in return.
Got 10 minutes. I'm not baller for pro yet, you know. All right, man. Where can people find you on social media?
On Twitter, it's T_RAVILL. On Instagram, it's T_RAVILL. Facebook, T_RAVILL. Spotify, Apple, all that jazz. Music, T_RAVILL, of course, you know.
Yeah, man. And of course, I am Sean, host of the Sensibly Cynical podcast. And you can find the podcast wherever you get them, obviously. Sensibly Cynical Pod on Instagram. Twitter is cynical before the sensiblies. By the way, do you like the name? Everyone likes the name of the
I
podcast.
love Yeah, bro, you kill.
No one, half people can't say it sensibly cynical, but they like it. They fuck it up on purpose. Like cynical, sensibly, sensible, cynically. I'm like, dude, it's really not that hard. Give me your honest opinion of when you first heard the name.
When I first heard cynical, I was like,
No, sensibly cynical, the podcast name. What were you thinking?
oh,
It's a cool name.
yeah, man. Like at first, I was like, dope name. I never heard the
You
podcast.
don't know who the fuck I am, but sure, I'll do it.
Yeah, facts, bro. The name caught me. I was like, well,
it's a
the
cool
name kills
name.
it. Yeah,
I know some people, you're like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but the name is cool.
it's hard. Hell yeah.
All right, man. Let's keep in contact, all right, man. And if you need any promotion or whatever, just hit me up, and I'm all for it.
Awesome. I'll DM you my personal number too, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that, man, and I'll reciprocate. You know.
My brother.
All right, man. One love, bro.
One love. Thank you.
Yep, no problem, man. Thanks again. All right, that was T-Ravill. Thanks to everybody who hopefully subscribed to the Sensibly Cynical podcast. Please, everybody, stay safe and take care.